What up, world? It's Von Watts. Welcome back to another Talk Tuesday. We on number 3, you guys, episode 3, and we are going to talk about personal branding, what it is, and how to build your personal brand. For those of you that don't know, my name is Von Watts. I am a creative entrepreneur. I have a creative and digital marketing agency called 8393 Creative, and I also have my own food vlog, Eat Like Me Von, that I just started this year. I love food, so if you don't know, I love food. So I use that vlog strictly just for my love of the food. I am doing Talk Tuesdays to share just information on entrepreneurship, marketing, graphic design, just my own experience as an entrepreneur. So there'll be different topics each week. I also have some tutorials as well. So let's get into it. Today is personal branding. I had a few people ask me about personal branding. I get this question a lot, especially with my through my agency. I get a lot of businesses asking about branding. I have my business, that's a brand. Do I need to build my own personal brand? My answer to them is always yes. If you have your own business, you are pretty much the brand as well. So personal branding is not something that's very complicated, but some people make it complicated. Personal branding is pretty much what people say about you when you are not around. And it's also like people's experience when they're in a room with you. So what are they experiencing? Are you leaving a good impression on them? Are you being yourself? Are you being authentic? So it's just basically all about being you. So for those of you that know me professionally, you may know me as being a hard worker, pretty responsive in my business. When people email me, I have a tendency to, boom, I email you right back. I dish out some great quality work, and I'm very professional. So if you know me on a personal level, you may think I'm goofy. I play too much. I don't play about my food. I don't share my food. Well, okay, I share sometimes. It just depends. But those are just some traits that make up me and who I am. And that makes up pretty much my personal brand. So if you're following me now, and you're probably following me, if you know me professionally, you're probably following me from my Von.Watts on Instagram, and then my Von Watts business page on Facebook. Those are my personal branding pages. Those are things where I just share content that relates to what I do, entrepreneurship, graphic design, web design, marketing, things like that. On my personal Instagram account, I share a lot of my family things or things that I do outside of business. So I kind of try and keep them separate a little bit. Of course, they're going to overlap because it's all a part of what makes me me. So personal branding, we're going to get into how to build it. So that's pretty much what personal branding is. It's really short and sweet. Personal branding, which, you know, pretty much branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So what are people saying about you when you're not around? So that you want to make sure you leave a good impression. So we're going to get into just some ways to kind of build your personal brand. So step 1, one of the first things that I would say, and it was probably hard for me, you know, really starting and pushing my business, was getting out and being visible. So people need to know who you are. Like, if you're constantly just staying to yourself, people won't know you. It was hard for me. I had to kind of like embrace interacting with people because I'm not a social person at all, unless I know you. If I don't know you, when I'm at networking events, I'm this person right here. This is me in my phone. I won't initiate the first conversation. That was me. I've gotten a little better. I'm still kind of that way, but I've gotten a little better. I've taught myself, I got my pitch going and everything, so I feel a lot more confident about speaking. But getting out, being visible, going to some networking events, meeting new people, passing out your business cards, letting people know who you are, what you do. Just getting out and being visible so people will know you know, who are you? So get out and get visible. If you're here in Indiana, you know, you go to Eventbrite. There's always networking events on there. Meetups, it's a app. I still have it on my phone. It's called Meetup, and different people have different networking events that they post on there. So you can just go and find some networking events that you can attend and just meet people and get to know who, you know them, know what type of business they are, and you never know what can come out of it. Next, I would say would be get social. So this kind of goes back to being visible. So get social. When I say get social, social media, everyone, like, social media is like taking over. Everyone has it. Everyone has it. Most people, I ain't gonna say everyone, most people have Instagram, most people have Facebook. You know, there's some people that still got Twitter. You know, everybody watch YouTube, pretty much the new TV. Get social. If you have a social media account, start posting on there, sharing content about yourself, share content about your business, what you do. Actually educate people on your services and what you do. That's sort of what I'm doing right now. I'm getting social. I'm posting more, and I'm just putting out more content, educational content at that. Just get out there, be social. So we had, number one was to get out there and be visible. Number two was to get social. So number three, we're gonna go into website. Now, there's nothing more like better than having your own personal website. And I've debated about this with a couple of my clients about websites. Some people feel that if you have a social media profile, if you have Instagram, if you have Facebook, if you have Twitter, that you don't need a website because social media is free. You don't have to sign up for it. But guess what? You don't own those social media sites. Like, Facebook can be here today and be gone tomorrow. You know, just a couple months ago, I think it was last month, and it might have been a couple months ago, we just experienced a Facebook outage. People was like, what is going on? I can't post on Facebook. Oh my gosh. You know, my stuff didn't post out. I had it scheduled, it didn't go out. I know I was one of those people like, oh my goodness, I got some of my clients, these posts I had scheduled didn't go because Facebook is down. Having your own personal website is basically is your own personal asset. So I use social media to lead people to my website, to take them off social media and lead them to my website. So from there, it just gives you the opportunity to kind of nurture and build relationships with potential customers. We know your website ain't going nowhere unless you just don't pay for it. That's the only way it's going to go away, if the server is down or if you're just not, you're not paying for it. So having your own website, personal website, you can do so much more. You can post all your videos, even the videos you post on YouTube, you can embed them in there. The things you post on social media, you can also put on your website, but you can also track that traffic a little bit more accurately than you can on social media. You can see where people are coming from, how they're landing on your website, and then you can have call to action spread out throughout your website to kind of lead them to where you want to go. It's kind of like using the inbound marketing tactic to attract people to your website. So I wrote a blog about that. I'll post that, list that down in the comments so that you guys can go check that out on inbound marketing. But as you build your personal brand, you're gonna want to have your own space. So personal branding, my bad. Personal website is another step. So next we have your story. Who are you? People need to know the face behind your brand, your business, or you. So telling your story, letting people know, who you are. And I'm not saying you have to get all deep and tell your life's history. We don't need to go back to, great grandma was this, so this is how I came about. Just something that will connect your audience to you. Okay, look, you guys, so telling your story can be something just as simple as this. Nothing too deep. My name is Von Watts, and ever since I could remember, I've been popping my collar. No, I'm just playing. No, but look, you guys see this picture behind me? This picture right here. This is a watercolor painting. I actually drew that and I painted that. And I did that in the 6th grade. And I did that like not realizing that I could draw. Our teacher brought us in a rack of clothes and we had to draw it. And we spent the day, a class period, I ain't gonna say a day, we spent the class period doing that. And then the next class, we had to paint it. Now leading up to that, we had been given different techniques, drawing techniques and painting techniques that we can use to arrive at this point right here. And so that painting is kind of like my inspiration to myself, and that reminds me of where I started in terms of art. Not graphic design, but art. So my love for art really started in the 6th grade. That's a little bit about me. People fall in love with brands because they have an emotional connection to it. So just being very authentic in who you are, what you're doing, and what you're saying will attract more people. Share your story. Let people know who you are. You can read about my story on 8393creative.com or my personal website, vonwatts.com. I have a personal website aside from my business website as well. Lastly is become an expert. Become an expert in your industry. Share tips. This is what I'm doing now. Share trends, share news. And you don't always have to curate the content yourself. If you find an article on a website that you like, share it. You know, maybe highlight some points that you got out of the article and highlight that and share that article with your audience, and it may hit, you know, it may connect with somebody else. So just become an expert in your industry. That also lets people know that, you know, you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about, and it kind of builds more confidence in you and your brand for like your customers and your potential clients. Become an expert in your field and share some tips on how you can help other people. Maybe if you're in the branding space or if you're in the creative space, share some tips on how to brand your business. Right now I'm sharing tips on how you can build your personal brand. So these are just some things that I kind of went through as I was building my personal brand, and I'm still building my personal brand. I started off by getting out, networking, also sharing my stuff on social media. I got my own personal website, vonwatts.com. I also have my business website, 8393creative.com. And I've also shared my story. I actually have a YouTube video where I share a little bit about my story as well too. It's on my websites as well. And becoming an expert. So this is something that I've also do. If you go to my both of my websites, I write vlogs, blogs, not vlogs. I'm doing a vlog right now, but I share tips just from my experience that can probably help out, you know, aspiring entrepreneurs or other small businesses that, you know, may want to do things on their own and not hire me to do it. They may want to, you know, take on the task on their own. The information, the content is there if you need it. So you guys, this was personal branding in a nutshell. I'm going to post a link to my article. I actually wrote a blog on personal branding as well. I actually titled it, What is Personal Branding and How to Build a Solid, Authentic Brand. So I'll put that down in the comments as well, so you can actually go read through that. You can take some notes and highlight some points on there. And that's all she wrote today, you guys. Today is a nice sunny day outside, finally. You know, these past few days been raining. It's been raining on Saturdays here these past few weeks, so I'm glad to see some sunshine. So everyone has a very blessed Tuesday. Enjoy what's left of it. And I am about to finish some video editing that I have to get done. With that being said, you guys, peace.